How's it going, guys? It's your boy Minatos here, back with another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and today we're going over the yearly releases for 2024 and ranking them with Ignat, Mike, and Oni.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
I guess I'll keep that in the video. Sure, you know, whatever. I saw this thread asking for the thoughts on all the T-Wars LRs that they released this year, and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna do a tier list for that. And I decided I'm gonna get a couple people in here just because lively conversations are fun, of course. I love Dokkan so much. I actually genuinely do. That sounded very sarcastic, but I promise. Now, this doesn't include Easy Ace. I'll probably do a separate video for Easy Ace and maybe Super Easy Ace separately. Who knows? We'll see. Because I think Super Easy Ace might deserve their own discussion because of the fact that they're just like, they're a new thing, right? And I think they should have a special pedestal. And
yeah, there are also not a lot of them, so.
Yeah, but you know, just fun to focus on them. We'll see, we'll see. Anyways, we start things up very, very well here with the Super Saiyan Gogeta into Gogeta Blue from the 9th anniversary. So I think we all could agree, you know, this is a Z tier, right? I think this is a fan favorite character that came out this year, honestly.
Nope.
No? What do you think?
I hate him because it took me like 4K stones to get him.
Okay, Oni, what about when
Except
you use him?
not really.
Okay, Oni, what do you, okay, Iggy, what do you think?
Wait, what? Think about what?
Oh my god.
Iggy's not even paying attention.
Okay, well, hold on. I
Tighter.
got you. Gogeta having the active skill just makes the superhero team that much better. You know, like just being able to have that team protector ability. So even in the future, he's gonna age pretty well. And I think on release, it was like an amazing ability. That is it probably like just the best one right now? Like it's better than Beast active. It's better than all of the other target
you can't
mechanics.
say that. You
actives.
can't say that, dude, because Beast
it
gets
is.
his turn 3, dude.
You see, the thing is that, yeah, I would say his target skill is probably
Effect-wise,
still
it's better.
just
It's going.
a better target skill than what Beast Gohan does in terms of the actual effects, because the
Well,
guaranteed
hold on.
dodge and the actual attack together with it, it's better than a ship tanking.
with it.
Yeah,
The thing about Gogeta, the thing that makes it hard to rate Gogeta is like that base form makes it tricky because there are plenty of situations where you can throw him slot 3 and he still just ends up dying, especially if we're going to be going into new content where we're assuming there's going to be a big buff in how hard these bosses are hitting or just how difficult the content is in general. His base form can definitely get you caught, but I will say when he is able to transform and he has access to all this stuff, I think he will probably be better aging in terms of his target skill than Beast Gohan is going to be.
I think one thing people forget is he has this 54% HP recovery for 2 turns. When he's
Yeah, the
blue.
units is stupid.
That's
He's really good.
That's really
I don't
good.
know.
Rainbow
I don't know why,
changing,
like
70% dodge. Like,
some people have like always downplayed this unit, and it's very weird with all the stuff that he does.
I think his base form for sure. I feel like his base form is like not great for sure, and that's what holds back the character. But you know, I think one thing is that 2 of the 4 hard fights, I guess, right now are fights that aren't really long fights, right? Gogeta and Janemba are like very, very quick finishing. You might not even see Gogeta Blue transform sometimes, even like depending on where he ends up being in the fight, because it is his 4th turn where he has to transform, which does suck. I really wish it was just 4th turn, but it is his 4th turn. So if he ends up being even in the 2nd rotation, you won't see him transform till turn 5, right? And I think that could hurt him in the long run. Okay, wait, yeah. Why his passive skill? Gogeta's light, Gogeta's blue light. They didn't even try.
It would have been funnier if it was Gogeta's yellow light as the base form one.
They didn't even try to change it, dude. I don't read these global passive lights, right? I'm on JP. So, the stacking is cool. I feel like it could have been interesting maybe if this guy just had guard and then he just stacks permanently and then you could choose when to transform him, maybe even, because it's either I want to keep him untransformed or I want to transform him right away, and it's just nice to have that flexibility, I guess. But it's not really the biggest deal because Gogeta Blue is pretty much still just a better version overall of this guy, and the amount of defense that he gets extra on top of, you know, like even though he loses the guard, like I think just in general of like tanking normals, this guy probably is actually still in a better spot than this guy at the guard even right now. So either way, it's not a big deal. I think in terms of his on release status and what he is right now, still a Z tier character. I think people kind of, he's almost a little underrated, almost a little underrated. I think he's more useful than people give him credit for, especially on the Super Saiyan Trio team, right? This guy's getting a lot of defensive support he could get on that team, and it really, really helps things out. So that's good for him. I think we all agree there, so we could just move on next to Broly here.
The goat, frankly.
I really like
He was incredible on release. People would put Gogeta above him. I said screw all that.
Broly was the best unit in the game when you released.
I think Broly was the best unit in the game when released because
he's still underrated.
When this guy released, it was like Red Zone Beerus was like the hardest fight, right? And Red Zone Fusion Zamasu, but like the Red Zone Beerus is very dangerous on release. That guy was like he hit really hard and he had the dodge disable, but then like this Broly like could like demolish him, right? And even then, like throughout the year, we just keep getting STR difficult bosses. Like eventually we got the Gogeta Blue fight, and this guy melted the Gogeta Blue fight, right? Great leader skill as another thing, like compared to Gogeta's leader skill, which is Movie Heroes, being fair. I don't think Movie Heroes is crazy when Gogeta came out, but this leader skill was really good when he originally came out, right? Just the guard right there is very nice. I feel like, again, it's his base form is a weakness, and I still do think that his domain does hurt him as a character. I don't think it's as bad as people were saying, though. Turn 5, you know, from his entrance turn, if you're running both of them as a leader, right? You'll probably get him turn 1. But, again, it's a thing where you can't really tell. I think
the issue with the turn 5 is that it's realistically turn 6.
Yeah.
That you get it.
Turn 6, again, his turn 6, his turn 7, and fights may not last that long. We couldn't really, I feel like, see this guy consistently transform into the Gogeta Blue fight. Like in the Beerus fight I talked about, he still did really well because he still did a lot of damage. He demolished Fusion Zamasu as well. So I feel like when this guy got out, he's absolutely insane. And
you still touch of death's every boss in the game when you get this out.
Yeah, even right now, this guy like does. Wait, he basically does like 5 super attacks, and then he just like he also has the built-in 52% chance to crit, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here, and then right here.
And then the full crit build and the hidden potential system. Yep.
He does a lot of damage, and I think he still does more damage than a majority of the characters in the game.
Like I have like one in particular is coming to my head. He was a gold coin LR released during Golden Week of this year or last year.
We'll come to that guy. We'll talk about LR Allen.
Well, yeah, he's really crazy and he's like weirdly underrated because I started somebody was like, oh well, you can't even kill the boss for it to kill you, even though he takes every boss super in slot 1 once he gets his domain out, and then he just proceeds to absolutely face freak them.
I feel like in a situation where you get transform, it's like okay. He definitely lives the 17 Golden Frieza super. I feel he can. I feel like
Goku Frieza as well. He takes 300k from it.
Yeah, because the thing about Goku Frieza is that you're gonna kill Goku Frieza before you even come back to this guy, for them being under 50% HP. Because this guy does so much damage. So he can get rid of like a majority of their health in a turn. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, he just takes 300k and then proceeds to just wipe them off the face of the planet.
Yeah.
You know, I've seen people be like, "Where are you running this guy?" And it actually kind of makes my head hurt.
He's also on movie bosses. Question. I think the only issue is like the movie bosses team wants in Broly's domain, so like you might not transform this guy. But again, you could run like double tech Broly as your leader, and then like you could have in Broly's domain up early on, and then this guy's domain up at the end of the fight.
Yep.
So that works.
Yeah,
like if you
Broly is literally a character who just got like 10 times better after release, because as soon as like Tech Broly and Broly, all these easy A's and all super easy A's came out, he just got better than he was on release. It's just like domain. He kills things a lot more easier. He's got more links active. You know, his the Dokkan field, like it actually is affecting stuff and helping out the team rather than hurting the team. Like it just got 10 times more crazy, you know.
20% here is nice, and he makes Goku Frieza take more damage. So I don't know how this would affect the damage cap. I assume it doesn't, and then it's like if you hit the damage cap, they still will end up doing more damage anyways, which is so useful, of course, right? But no, I think this guy, you know, it's nice that his typing is AGL too, just for these bosses. I still think it's E tier release for sure. Some people may
Global calls
argue
it
him as
Dokkan
best,
failed.
but yeah, I guess so. Let's. I think we can move up from Broly. I think, you know.
Well, actually, one last thought.
What happened?
It is a shame that Super Bosses hasn't gotten as much love as it could have this year, though.
Yeah.
Well, it did. It's just it all sucked.
Luckily, I feel like a lot of Super Boss's designs didn't end up panning out, and they almost all wanted to like work with each other, but it's like a weird thing. Luckily, this guy's not tied to Super Bosses, which I think really helps him. If he was tied to Super Bosses, he would actually probably move down to like A tier even. Like it would be a big.
Yeah, that
drastic
was a
jump,
big
but-
thing. Was like people for some reason was saying he doesn't have a good team when there's transformation boost and full power in his leader skill. You
Full
don't have to
Yeah.
super bosses.
He's not uncontrollable power. Moving
Like-
bosses now, transformation boost. See, you could run him in the Super Saiyan's team, right? If you wanted to. With these guys, right? They don't want specifically. They're not like, oh, if you have an extreme class character, you suck now. No, they still want this, but you could just throw this guy on the team if you really wanted to. Like just as a one character there. He's as a floater, he does get another super attack right here, right? So that could also be cool. But right, next.
Great unit.
LRB's Gohan.
D tier.
Let's show.
D tier moving on. D tier moving
Did
on.
you say D tier or Z tier?
D
No,
tier.
D,
No.
I
Z
said
tier.
D.
No.
Well,
I
wait.
think we
Does it
don't have
matter?
to.
Does it matter? Does the placement of the tiers matter at all?
What do you mean?
No. No, we're not. We're not gay. We're not doing all that.
Okay.
No, we're just putting the characters here. I mean, okay, just to talk about him a little. When he came out, he was disgusting, and he still is disgusting. Even right now, you can still argue him as top 5 character in the game. I feel. I mean, yeah, once you put him in slot 1, he can get up to 80% reduction. Starts out at 60%. I think this 5 turns. Sometimes this can run out though. Like I and some of his teams, right? But right now he has Gloria's team. If we're talking about right now, and on Gloria's team, this doesn't run out on Gloria's team. Glorio ends up finishing the boss off, and then this guy is like slot 1 tank with Gloria's extra support. Like that doesn't matter right now. And again, on release, if you played him right, he doesn't die. There are certain players on Twitter who were like, CB's Gohan sucks, and it's like he didn't get hit once during the match. And then even if his intro runs out, he still has this, which probably you don't want to use this when the intro runs out though, I guess, to be fair, if you really think about it, because he loses the 40% reduction. But this team protector
Yeah,
ability,
I've had her get slapped by Goku Frieza through that active skill a
Yeah.
couple of
Yeah.
times.
this team protector
That's
ability
my
is
only
so
issue with this
strong.
unit is people act like he has full passive, full intro, full active skill and everything on every single turn when it's just
Yeah.
not the case. The unit can get hurt. It's okay to admit that the unit can get hurt.
He
But other
can.
than that, it's like he's really good.
Yeah, I think again, if you're playing with him right throughout most of the time, he is not taking damage to die. He can get hurt, right? But especially once you get that extra 20% reduction after receiving 5 attacks, or is it actually it's 8 attacks he has to receive? Is it? Let me take a look here. Where is it? Yeah, after he attacks 5 more times or receives an attack 8 more times. See, 8 attacks he has to receive could be a lot. This is not really something you have to really worry about though if he's in slot
He
1.
gets had like his second appearance.
Yeah, pretty much, right? You know, if you had, because realistically, you're building this guy with not crit, but like additional, and then like attack equips is what I built him with, and then I'm usually able to get this off, right?
And the only time that really could be an issue is if you get the lovely turn where they don't attack that much in slot 1, or they just don't attack the first slot at all.
Yeah, because he does have to get hit to get his guaranteed additional super here. But
Yeah.
he's also supporting Ki. I think that's something people don't really bring up. His Ki support is really nice. He does provide critical hit chance support as well. I believe is it somewhere in here, or is it just in his? I think it might be just in his unit super attack effect. Which Piccolo right now, like you're not running Piccolo with this guy. There are some nice Piccolos. But yeah, I don't know.
You weren't running Piccolo with him on this release either, by the way.
Yeah, some people did. anyways, so
Weirdo.
I think we don't talk much about them compared to the others. Now the Gammas,
Also Z tier, by the way.
I do want to put them Z tier, but I might put them S.
I would say S. I would say S.
I feel
Z
like
tier is like the best of the best. I think Gammas are
I
like
think-
they're super weak on turn one.
I think their turn one
That-
does hurt them a little,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's a big deal. They do very much, but like, they want AGL, STR, or INTs. There are the situations where this could not happen, and then you might not even be able to get their standby in their next appearance.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, it's not common. I think their base form could be a little stronger for sure, because especially if you don't get the 3 attacks, they don't get the 30% reduction, and I don't think it's asking for a lot to get these, right? But it could be a thing you run into. I also, like, design wise, don't like that their standby doesn't have any critical hit chance, because they get the chance to crit when they collect the key spheres, but that doesn't apply to their finish skill. So you pretty much had to build these guys full crit anyways, even though they had so much crit chance in here, which I wasn't really a fan of, because like if you gave them 3 in key spheres, they would get 90% crit chance, right? Doesn't apply this. So it really does suck, especially when you get to Gamma 1. Gamma 1 was crazy, because this guy got 80% reduction. He lived any super attack in the game, pretty much, right? Once you get the 80% reduction, which I don't think was really difficult. He made the key spheres, right? He got guaranteed crit, right? So he's very nasty, and he had a 2-turn super class defense raise, which is multiplicative, which gives a lot of defense. This guy was very nasty, right, on this Gamma 1, because he comes right after this mega active skill shot, which is also did a lot of damage. And right now it's arguably even better than on release, because you have like Tech UI Goku, which again, each of his counters would build this up, right? And so many of these characters, as characters get better, get more additionals, their kind of standby would get better because of the fact that they have like the per attack standby. I guess another thing is there's so many standbys now. I think that does hurt them, right? Because from what I believe, like, their standby is the same type as most other standbys, where it's like a charge count still. So you may not be able to use their standby with other characters, and it does hurt them. I don't think it's necessarily their fault. It's more so on the standby skill itself. But yeah.
Yeah, I think that's like the thing that just stops it from being Z tier, is the transformation being locked behind standby. Just means like you have to prioritize Gammas over other characters when other characters can just have outright better ones in the future, you know? So it's like, sure, you want Gammas to transform because their base form sucks, but then it's just like, oh, I can't stand by these characters instead now, because standbys are just an awful implemented skill.
Yeah.
I think we're hating the base form a little too much, to be honest,
I don't-
because I've watched him tank Frieza 17 super in slot 3 for like double digits.
The base form?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I don't want to believe
Yep.
that.
I seen it with my own 2 eyes. I think y'all just haters.
Are you sure it's not? It wasn't.
I'm
This
pretty
form,
sure.
maybe.
Yes.
I don't
No,
know.
I'm
What
very
team was it
sure.
on?
The superheroes.
I think that's Cap. I think that's Cap.
No.
Yeah, I think
No,
that's a
Cap.
lot.
That's Cap. That's Cap. That's gotta be Cap.
I think y'all just
Nah,
haters, bro.
nah, nah. Okay.
Nope.
If I'm wrong, I'm not gonna say anything. Anyways, okay. Next, I think we're still gonna play some in S, just in general. I would love to put him in Z. I just feel like.
Hater.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Age of Frieza.
The F tier.
F tier, F
Do
tier.
we even
F
have to
tier.
talk about this guy? Do we
F for
actually even have to-
Frieza. Like,
I'm
let's
going
let's
to
just
put
make
him
this quick.
in C tier.
No. Why?
No.
Who's worse than this
Yeah.
fucking-
They
Look at
can't-
how bad he's
I
not
think,
even on the
I think
list.
I think there are worse characters that came out.
First form Frieza literally just had the argument of like, oh well, he could be better later, and then that better later never
I
happened.
mean,
Dude, the
I-
moment someone has to say this unit could be better later, you guarantee the unit's not going to be better later. Because every time people say that, it's like, guys, he's so good, he just needs a team, and it never
Well,
happens.
people were saying that about Broly, and
I
all
don't
would say
think
is-
it's that bad right now, because we have like a decent, like, you could run this guy Goku Frieza. I ran this guy Goku Frieza, and he like nukes the final turn. You do have to obviously hide him a little, because like the 17 Frieza phase could kill him. I
Right.
feel like you can get him past
A
the-
little. You have to hide him a lot.
Yeah.
But what he can do is
He was
like,
good at Gogeta. That's
I'm saying
about
he's
it.
not completely useless. That's why I'm putting him in C. And you know, we have Slug, Team Turles, Full Power Frieza, Bojack.
Are we saying that
Jiren.
they're worse than AGL Frieza?
No, I'm saying that for his passive skill, he wants space traveling warriors characters,
Ah.
right? Terrifying Conquerors as well is also like we've been getting a lot of those. I do think that this guy's like if he had like some sort of defensive mechanic, if this 10% chance to crit was like up to like a 50% damage reduction chance, or not chance, it's 50%
Yes.
reduction.
Oh, I was about to say.
Like this
Okay.
guy could actually
50% chance
even-
to get damage
if-
reduction.
if he got up to 70% reduction or something like this guy could actually be like an A tier right now.
If you just gave him
higher.
like 40% reduction, because he gets like what, a 2 million defense set or something like
Yeah,
that.
even that, I was like, it's fine. I do think that him not having defensive mechanics sucks. I do
I
think
got
that
Albert's calculations pulled up, but 40% support, his max possible defense is 2.6 million. So even with like 40% reduction, he'd been all right.
yeah. Another thing I do like about his active skill is that he just does disable the enemy action, so he can cancel out Goku Frieza's super attack potentially, whilst also doing megaton damage to them. I
Who else could do that?
think that he could also be pretty decent in Bulma, but he just wants to be around in this specific team, and on release he was very bad. Realistically, like you could get away with him in Gogeta, but it was very difficult. I think C tier. I don't think he's the worst release of the year though.
I think he's D tier.
I think C tier.
Mhm,
I'll put him in C tier. Maybe we'll change it to D tier if I change my mind. I want to rank other units first, and then maybe we'll see. We'll see. I think that he was a little overrated. A little teeny,
No, he was
teeny,
not
tiny bit.
overhated. He
Teeny,
was shit.
like a teeny baby tiny bit. Let's see what the quotes are saying.
His team was
No.
awful. He had no team.
They had
Sucked.
nothing. He sucked.
If people were saying Broly had no teams, this guy actually had
Oh
no
my
team.
goodness, you guys are haters.
This is-
Whatever.
Yeah.
He is what? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
Good girl. Good girl.
Okay. Stop.
Go
That's crazy.
S tier.
S tier.
I mean, he was,
I say
he was-
I say
Yeah,
S tier. I say
S tier is pretty. S tier is very good. I mean, on release he was crazy good.
I think
people were saying he was better than AGL Broly, which I mean, sure.
I think-
guess.
No.
No.
But
not
No,
a-
I know,
think
I
that
know.
was a little bit of surfing. Look, I want
I-
to say, I always feel like these same-day characters on the global player base are slightly overrated every year, just because they're usually the first characters post-Night's anniversary that comes to global. Right? That's how it works
Yes.
every year. This
Yep.
Vegeta was that. Into Majin Vegeta was that.
Mhm.
We've seen this. God Goku was also another version of that, which I think God Goku was. Mike's here, so
Mike, hold on, buddy. It's true. It's true.
Wait, what happened with God
I don't
Goku?
think it was just on the
I was
release.
talking
I
about
don't know
how
what you want me to say.
I was talking about how I think the same day characters are a little bit overrated on the global version.
Oh, absolutely, bro.
Just because, like,
Absolutely.
people were saying this Vegeta was better than Broly, and they haven't even used Broly. It's a
Yeah.
thing. I'm
Yeah,
like,
because the thing with Global is because they also have the pussy events from like 6 months in the past as well.
that's true. I like.
So
and it- it's what it
anyway,
is, but
anyway,
it's
my
not gonna be like that
thing
anymore.
My thing was though, Vegeta was very, very good on release. People, mostly global players, were saying that he was better than Broly, which I didn't really see, but I just let them live in their delusion. Okay. And to this day, I mean, he's gotten more stuff that can help him out. Now he's gonna struggle in events like Gogeta, I think, obviously, right?
Because,
But
where is it? This.
Yeah,
Yeah.
getting defense on hit. It's just I don't know. I don't really like it now.
Just because
yes,
I saw this when I initially saw him. I was like, he might not age as well as people think. Just because this he can get hit hard. Like he's not slow,
Mhm.
obviously for sure.
yeah.
And he also does want a Goku for this extra super attack, which would matter actually, because that could help you get like. Otherwise, you're just doing the one additional, and then
Mhm.
like this helps you get the hidden potential. This could be its own stack itself. He also does have just 20% stacks, which I don't think is as big of a deal because he's still guarding and he still has a reduction for the 3 turns.
Yeah.
This could also be an issue because this is based off of the HP remaining when he receives an attack. I think it's something that a lot of people don't really think about. And what I was bringing up is, hey, you know, it comes to a time where this guy's not going to be slot 1 early on anymore. He's going to want to be in like a slot 3, slot 2, slot 3. If your slot 1 character takes a super and you lose half the HP, this will go down to 75% instead of the 150%. Like
he just has too many qualifications in his passive. That just makes him very anti-age worthy.
I think that if we hit like a major power creep point for 10th anniversary, this guy is gonna age out potentially quickly just cause of this right here. It's like, imagine this guy in a floating situation. Your slot 1 character takes a 300k super attack, you're down half your HP, then this guy has way less defense, then this guy wants to get hit 3 times. It's just a lot. When you transform into this guy, I think it's fine, right?
He's more than fine. He's definitely a very capable unit when he transforms now, especially
luckily,
like, now.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the HP restriction for this anymore. So I think that's good.
On top of that, he keeps the guard and damage reduction permanently once he transforms too, which is pretty good.
Yep.
And that active
In
skill,
fact-
ooh,
In
it's
fact,
over.
if we're gonna directly compare units, I think like him and Toppo are in the situations where people were like, "Oh, dude, Toppo was like, dude, Toppo's crazy, it's insane," and they were comparing. I mean, I've seen people compare them to each other. I think Vegeta is in a way better spot than Toppo like will ever be. It's sadly enough.
Yeah, 'cause Toppo sucks.
He doesn't. I mean,
We'll talk about we'll talk about Toppo next. I think this guy also has his leader skill ended up panning out to be really well on release. Not crazy, but you could run the 9th anniversary characters when he came out, so I did like that. And then I think we just got so many Super Saiyans this year, so that helps out. I feel like sneezing. I'm muting myself. Sorry.
Thanks, Truth.
Bless you.
Vegeta's family.
This category is
yeah.
never going to be good, man. But you could just
yeah, it's just
Or
Like,
Vegeta's
it's
family.
Doesn't matter which
Unfortunately.
game, it's
what
always
is
gonna be
going on?
trash.
I want to join the Patreon. Sorry.
It's never been good and it never will be good, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Anyways, that's Vegeta.
Well, hold on. It's okay right now because the Super Saiyan 4 Easy A's are pretty
Oh,
cracked. I
brother.
can't lie.
Here goes this guy.
cannot lie.
Pretty good right now, actually.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, this guy's like B tier, bro. Get him out of here.
Toppo. I would also say probably plans out to be beam tier.
Yeah,
I do
that
think
is-
on release he was really good. Really good.
On release, he was very,
I
very
would
Because
say,
good.
I would
they
say
did-
he's A tier
they-
because that transformation, just because of the transformation. I say he's
A-tier?
A tier.
Yeah, I think that's
Well,
fair.
the thing
I
is,
think
though,
it's easy.
you do
Because-
have to get to the transformation.
I think
though.
we need to glaze this guy from when he's also how good he was on release, because this wasn't really difficult to get on release, and then eventually we did get the tournament of power characters like Dispo and Jiren that helped him out. I think a Universe 11 team for a while wasn't actually even bad.
Well,
Thought it was fine, right? You know, you could have the like okay. Technical Power Jiren wasn't really crazy, but like AGL Jiren, Dispo, this guy.
Oh, we're in full cope mode now,
Margarita.
huh? Damn.
Well, I'm talking about like all the way back in like freaking July, dude. That's like 7 months ago.
Man,
Oh,
we're just hoping for this guy. He sucks, bro. Get on.
no, he had the 31% reduction with the
strong
guard.
on release.
He's a
not
rainbow
that
orb
quick, though.
changer. He had support. I feel like as a slot 1 character, he was fine. Well, he was good, but slightly overrated as a slot 1 character. Now, transforming this guy, I thought Toppo was good. I liked him. Full dodge build. I think that this going down to minus 60% was a killer for this guy, though.
That's why I hate this unit. Is that one line of his passive right there? Because he go from double-digit taken to being one shot within the same turn. if you
Yeah.
get unlucky.
I do like his active skill though. It is funny because when I first translated this, people were like, "Are you sure it's in battle?" Because that's kind of crazy. Because like it just gives him guaranteed crits after you use the active skill. But it's like, no, yeah, it was in battle, and it activates for the rest of the fight. I do like that he gets guaranteed crits. I think
the thing that held him
this
held him
I
back,
just really think this
especially
holds him
too,
back, too.
is just the fact that people do not know how to build units. They'll look at that part where it's like all crits in battle, where it's like, but he doesn't get that until he transforms. I'm gonna go full crit on this guy, and this guy gets like 20 times worse if you don't go full dodge on him. You know?
I think yeah, that.
Well, my
that's
issue with
the
that
thing.
too is that you have to build a full dodge to preserve that passive. But the thing is, like, if he gets like what max 25 dodge or something's a physical unit, I don't know. And that's just a 25% chance.
I think that
So it's not very
this
viable.
should have just gone down to 40%, and then
That's how
gotten to
people need to
40%.
do the rainbow stuff, which most of you I don't know. I just
If-
don't like how the student advisor.
If he kept 40% reduction, I think that'd be fine. And then maybe just minus 5%. Because I think the rate that he loses damage reduction, how many attacks does he have to take for that? It's probably like, what, 6 attacks to build that up in full, I think? Or is it like, actually, I think it is 8 attacks. No, I'm stupid. No, it is 8 attacks. I think it's just too, he loses a lot of his reduction too quickly. And then there's screenshots of him. There is clips of him in the Gogeta Blue fight where he eats the super attack, but then eventually dies to the normals because he loses so much damage reduction. Which does suck. He has his nullification, which it's kind of weird. I don't know. It is kind of funny.
That's such a weird thought process, by the way. Like 6 attacks would be, well, maybe not anymore.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I don't know. I think he's doing good stuff. It really is just this. And then his intro wanting special pose. It should have just been tournament participants. Like, Defenders of Justice should have just been tournament participants. Because he is the tournament participants leader, right? I think that would be really cool, right? And then he would actually be pretty decent right now, I would say. And then imagine, again, Defenders of Justice was changed to tournament participants here. You could float this guy. You will be able to float this guy off right now. You get multiplicative buffs as second or third attacker. He would like not die, and then you get God Toppo out. And then if God Toppo kept 40% reduction, yeah. But that's talking about what he could be, and what he is right now.
They just hate these characters' leader
I think-
skills, and they're like, I'm gonna make it where it's completely different than the passive leader. The passive.
LR17 effect.
This just didn't end up panning out. So unfortunate for God Toppo. I would say he's not terrible right now, but like he's not good. So.
He's not the worst unit in
This
the
character,
game.
I really hate to
Frieza.
release. This
One of the
release,
worst releases.
this is
B tier.
D tier.
B tier.
This is D tier.
Yeah.
Because
One of the
at least
worst
Frieza-
releases of all time,
I
bro.
feel like at least with Frieza, I don't even have him here. Look at that. I think at least with like Frieza, you could like.
So what do you guys,
kinda
when people
cope,
refer to
but,
this
like-
character being like one of the worst releases of all time, in what terms? Because I remember, I feel like there's some revisionist
Because
going
when it
on
came
here,
out,
'cause
special pose
Ne-
was nice, but like at least like Toppo wasn't just special pose. This guy's just special pose. He wants to be around on special pose, and special pose characters were fine for when they came out, but then we just started getting harder content. And then
Well, the
they
issue is the
phased out.
unit released at the awful time. This unit should have released like Ginyu's EZA or something.
I think another thing is that they could have added Namek Saga here, and then like at least they would be usable on the Namek Saga team right now, which is not the greatest team. I think that team would benefit from a character like this, like very much. Like a support character that you could float around and give multi-turn support for the Namek team would help out quite a bit. But they're not running this team, man. Like Jiren's not even on here.
It's another one of those characters that I was saying was absolute cheeks and release, and I have 50 17-year-olds trying to tell me that I was wrong, and now everyone agrees that it's like one of the worst releases ever.
It's like they had an interesting design. I just feel like locking them to just the one team.
It was a fun design.
Locking
but-
them to just the one team really sucks. Because even next year, if we get like a lot of Ginyu Force characters or something, I don't know how well this character would have aged out. I mean, I guess they'll be still a decent floater probably, but that's like
The
next
problem
year.
that I
Maybe.
specifically have with this character though is, let's say that did happen, right? Let's say that Agel Ginyu got his EZA, let's say that Raccoon and Goldo got their EZA, and all those characters, they would still suck. And you want to know why? Because for whatever reason, they put their stacking on a 15 key, and that character gets 18 key immediately on the Ginyu
Yeah,
Force team.
that's another. And then they can't get the additional super attack. Well, actually, no, their stacking is on their 12 key. Oh wait.
No, it's on 15 key.
Oh yeah, right
Yeah,
here.
right there.
50% chance.
The most weird.
And
It's like
50% chance. It's like you have to win a coin flip on top of making it where this guy is able to get that key,
And it's like
which is
this-
almost impossible.
This
with
is
their
really
support.
funny because as if you're gonna, like, if this was 2 turns, that'd be cool, but it's 1 turn. It's like you're not running this guy's top 1. Oh my goodness, I don't know. D tier release, awful. Like if they were on Namek Saga, maybe C tier, but D tier. Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku.
Z tier.
I would say Z tier release, just overall.
Yeah, Z tier.
I think I almost want to say S almost, just because he is category restricted. Oh wait, this is wrong. he is category restricted to Majin Buu Saga. Majin Buu Saga has been. Majin Buu Saga wasn't like okay. Majin Buu Saga came out as a while ago, I guess technically, but like as a team this year, it was actually where the heck is this guy? Am I blind?
He doesn't exist. What are you talking? What character are you talking about?
This guy.
There is no Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Never mind.
This for a couple months wasn't really crazy, and that's why I had like Inbu above him because he wasn't category restricted. And the Majin Buu Saga team, like if we look at this team before, like this recent celebration, it's like during that celebration, we got this guy and this guy. We had to run Esther or Vegeta on this team. That tells you. Yeah, I had to run the Bounty and a Go Tanks. Which at the time was fine, but over time wasn't really that crazy. Ultimate Gohan, this Easy Attack Gohan, and then Super Saiyan 3 Goten Super Easy A. And then for a long time, it was like kind of sitting there. Was like a nice team, but the Extreme Class variant was probably better. Then this past, and then during Worldwide, we got these two characters, but they weren't added to the Buu Saga team. They weren't even on the team. It was only this past month when these characters were added to the team, and then we got these two characters, which, and Ultimate Gohan Super Easy was really nice. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, this Vegeta, then we actually ended up getting, even this guy was like a pretty decent option there. And then now Majin Buu Saga team is like really, really strong knit now. I just think it needed a little bit of extra options, and then now this guy's looking really good. I think he's gonna age very well. Even past the even if the 10th anniversary power creep hits, this guy will be fine. He also has a Ki Blast counter, which we got a lot of characters this year with this, so I wouldn't be surprised if they introduce some bosses during the 10th anniversary that have Ki Blast super attacks.
Yeah, I would probably be more critical of the fact that he was locked to Majin Buu Saga if it wasn't for two things. One, Int Fapu came out in the same exact celebration and was just like, he's just like that guy. He's just gonna be a timeless unit. Same with AGL Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And on top of that, throughout the entire year, it almost feels like the year of Buu Saga, where it's just like constant buffs and Easy A's and new releases. Like, it's just been so many. And I don't know. It's been too much.
I don't think there's really any argument for Inbu up here either, so I'm just gonna talk one and two. I think both these guys we could agree they're like Z tier releases. A lot of the releases this year have been really good though.
Yeah.
Thing about Bapu is that I think he's gonna be one of the better aging characters in the game. That revive into the Ghost Usher is always just gonna be good. There's always gonna be shenanigans with this guy. He's also providing a lot of healing. I think that pretty nice leader skill overall. Like nothing crazy, but I think it is a good leader skill for villains for sure. I think the one issue with this character is not really crazy damage, I guess. I just don't think it's his role, so I don't really care. Because he does stack as well. I don't really have an issue with this character. I like his design quite a bit. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I like he definitely is. I just see him more as a support character. Because he doesn't have type effective, he doesn't have crits, and you're not really supposed to build that, right? Like he's not stacking attack either. So if you just look at just the pure defensiveness of this character, I think that he's like exactly what you want in a character for the Buu Saga team, like I was just talking about earlier. And having that active skill that's just able to be a Ghost Usher, and the condition is really easy. You just have to have this character die, which is pretty easy if you just put him in slot 1 against these tougher fights. All parts of this passive just work so well together,
And if you guys want even more of a reason to put this guy in the same tier as Goku, Kid Buu's burst mode, he is imperative to your victory, basically, if you're running any other team. Just saying.
And
saying.
I mean, if Kid Buu's burst mode is an idea of what a 10th anniversary content could be, that'd be funny.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh my goodness. But if Kid Buu's burst mode is like what post 10th anniversary power curve is going to be, that'd be crazy. Like imagine the hardest event post 10th anniversary was harder than the Kid Buu event.
We're all in trouble.
Yeah, we're all.
I mean, it's not impossible. It's not impossible, but
yeah,
I think these two do deserve to be there. Rosé's D. Do we have to talk about Rosé? sad character. Sad guy. Like he's next, right? No. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Okay, but wait.
I think he's. I think he's A. I think he's.
I feel like he's
he's
B.
fine.
Who?
for A.
Huh? Who?
I think this guy's
Gohan?
Ultimate Gohan.
Keep that man down under. This list is gonna
I
piss
hate,
Alan
I
off.
hate Alan.
What?
Well, not really. I think Alan's fine.
Oh.
I hate Alan.
Very high praise, Minato.
Love for Ultimate Gohan. This character is like, bro's glazing him. I think he's better with the Glorious team out.
Oh, for
I
sure.
just feel like he's inconsistent, really. Like you could get clips to like make him look good certain turns, but he's just inconsistent. These two additionals, medium chances, and HP restriction on top of that is really annoying. I feel like his
Any 24 key is impossible with this character.
yeah, his key is not really crazy good, right? He only has this 3-key start of turn, and I believe he does create AGL keys first, but the entire rotation has to be Buu Saga, so you may not get that unlike a Gloria team like I was talking about. This is fine. Like the great chance additional, but it's like all like a lot of RNG when it comes to that. And
I think
I
the-
guess
the
he does
thing
get
that, like,
6 key
keeps
here
this-
too, but
Yeah.
you do need another 2 or more Majin Buu Saga characters. So if you're running them on Glorious team, you might not even see this sometimes actually. I don't know.
That like the 2-turn support at the start though, the 58% defense. It's the only reason why I
This
would say
could
that
be
he
useful.
probably goes a little bit higher for me. Yeah, because like in these short-term fights, it helps you out so much.
I mean, yeah,
just like
but,
set
like,
up these characters, you know.
He also could get just like bosh instantly.
Oh, for sure. I won't argue against that. He sucks.
He is better with
defensively.
Go tanks. I mean, I guess I could see A,
That's what I'm saying. I think he's A tier.
because
I
like
think A is fine.
well, inconsistent. He's doing a lot of things for the team. He also does have this. This is a multiplicative buff, you know.
Yeah.
This is cool too.
And the
but-
active skill can somewhat protect him.
I mean,
Like,
the
not
active
all the
skill
time,
could do
but
decent
it
damage to Goku
helps.
Frieza. So yeah, honestly, yeah.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
with Glorious team, he's looking better too. It's just he's not a bad release. He's more like a mediocre release, I think, is a thing.
Yeah.
And I think, besides Alan Dokkan, I think most people do agree about that. So I shouldn't let that influence my opinion too much, I guess, technically.
I think he gassed him.
It's A. It's A for Alan.
Sure, we'll go with that. Now we can talk about Rosé.
Rosé sucks.
Yeah, he's bad.
Like, okay, I think there's another issue where Global gets this character. Like, he's actually a character that Global got before, like, even JP's 9th anniversary ended. This was never good. Like, I would say for like a 2-3 week time frame, this was fine. And like even like during some of the Tanabatas content, Rosé actually, was able to eat some of these attacks like early on, especially with that guard up that he has. I think that he could still be okay if you have super bosses, but this team is just not like there. It's like you're running a lot of risk. Where the heck is this team? You're running a lot of risk with this team. And
The thing is too is that the top unit at the time was Broly. Even if it wasn't on global, right? We were just thinking of, okay, when Rosé comes out right now, we could summon, and then Broly later on, we could summon for him. And then they were like, we're gonna also update domains, and people
I think
got in the head like, oh, they're gonna make it where the domains can clash finally, so we could have full power Broly and Rosé.
I'm the one who kept
No.
telling people to not like. It wasn't just me that kept telling people, but I was like, don't assume that is gonna be what it is because
Yeah.
there's no clarification. And then guess what? It wasn't what it was. So then people were like upset, but it's like they never promised anything. The domain clashing hurt as well, right? I think
Yeah.
he gets so many additional normals, and on global, if we consider his global release too, he wasn't even buffed. Like he got this later on. Even with this, like he can get one like nice juicy attack at the end of the fight, but he's not doing a lot of everything else. He gives super bosses 2 key within the same turn after receiving an attack. Okay.
Well, my thing is he had a role kind of, and now he doesn't do anything, right? He just kind of, you hop into the fight, he does no damage, he doesn't tank, his domain, like, you're never using it. Like it just sucks.
He's also
It
physical.
just sucks.
For whatever reason, only his transformation has the
Orb changing.
rainbow orb changing.
Alright,
Yeah,
I'm back. What
for
are we talking
whatever
about?
reason.
Oh, Rosé. We're talking about Rose, dude. This unit is trash. Give him an F tier.
His leader
bro.
skill is also really bad. Like
Yep.
the only benefit is that you could throw Janemba on super bosses, but like you want to run mostly super bosses anyways. With so many of these characters wanting these super bosses
Yes.
restriction.
You know, my thing is,
just-
my thing. I'm not
it
really
could also
liking
hurt
what they're doing.
Max because, oh well, let me. The thing with Max is a character on this team. We'll talk about him later. This doesn't mix and match. So if you're running Janemba on the team and you get Max, he doesn't get this passive.
Yes.
Like if it's like Janemba, Rosé, and Max, this doesn't activate,
Yes.
right? So
Yep.
like you can't even run Janemba sometimes on that team. So
Yeah, this
The,
unit
the
fucking
easy A's that
sucks.
came out with him, the easy A's that came out with him as well. The Universe 6 easy A's aren't even on the 200%.
and this guy also aged out really badly.
Aged out, he wasn't even good on release.
I think he was fine in release because
I
there
don't.
was a lot of attack debuffing bosses, and this guy can get multiple supers and like bring a lot of
Yeah, like
debuffs.
Gogeta.
He is
Who
a
we would
rainbow
die
orb
again.
changer. Like I thought it was fine. He also supported. I just feel like it wasn't enough. No defensive mechanic, no actual defensive mechanics is what eats this guy out really quickly. And
Yeah,
we all knew that,
Well,
but
now we're in 2025, but in 2024, you didn't have a defense mechanic. You just write them off, bro. They suck. Like we're in an era where you need guard and damage reduction, unless you have like 90% damage reduction to be good on defensively.
Well, he had
like-
60% and guard, and he still couldn't
Like-
work in Salt
Yeah,
One.
yeah, I know. That's the crazy thing.
like I
Because his defense was so bad until
I
after
was,
he attacked, and even then it
I was joking around the other day with Yosh because we were just having like this little Twitter war, and I was like, "Oh, Age of Vegeta is the worst Dokkan Fest 2024 release." I don't actually think that. I think it's this guy.
Yeah. Also, I want to say it's like a
him-
really, it's like a nitpick. It's not really effective gameplay wise, but I really don't like his kit where he just does 50 normals and then starts.
No, yeah, we
supering.
talked
It's like
about
really
that. It's 'cause
stupid.
All the
Well, I had to
normals
go
are
drop
just
a
useless.
Dokkan in the toilet. I didn't hear it.
Oh, well, it's fine. No, but we did talk about that. Where all the additional normals, just like whatever, and then like this is high
But then he's
chance
super effective, isn't he?
when he's in his domain form, and it's like
Yeah, so even worse.
I don't know, super effective. I'm like, and two, I to give him crits. Is there like would it broke the game if he had guaranteed crits? No, who cares?
Super effective was never good, bro.
And
Just
then
give him crits,
he
man.
loses the damage reduction he would have after attacking, and he gets like 2 mil defense. Like who cares? It's like AG or Frieza, right? Well, actually, I think he can get much higher defense to be fair in certain situations, but it's kind of like juicing him, and the team sucks. So,
Can we just give him an F tier? Can you just add a tier below?
sure.
Yeah, because he's awful. Like he's disrespectfully bad.
Like, I would-
Rosé
I would
tier.
almost say, I would almost like he's just a like. At least the Ginyu on release was like there was like a 2
At least you can do some funnies with him.
Yeah.
W.
That's funny. Okay. We can get past this guy. Max, goaded. I'm gonna still put him in S tier though. I think.
Yeah, S tier.
I think
S
Z tier.
is fine.
You think Z tier?
I-
Why is he not
yeah, I
here?
think Z
I just
tier.
missed him.
Defense on getting
I want to
hit
hear
in
your
big
idea.
2024 is
I
bad.
want to hear your. I want to hear your points on Z tier for him before.
Was Z tier because he's just like the best unit in the game when you release. Now he's a little roughed up because of short events.
Well,
But
I want to.
dude,
I want to
like,
consider now and then. I think that's another thing where he is very heavily restricted. He works nice in movie bosses though, for sure. I just think, again, this does kind of suck now. His
Not
domain
only that, but
is-
if you run
I mean,
him
not
on
his
movie
domain.
bosses, like
This
the
could be
active
good.
skill condition not including movie bosses
Yeah,
is so
that's
stupid.
what I was gonna say actually, because this itself is good. It's just you can only use his like target skill on the actual team that you're gonna run him on right now, turn 6, and I think that's kind of stupid. And it does hurt
That's
this
when
guy
you
a little.
usually need it anyway.
I mean, depending on the event, like if you could use this,
Yeah, but the hardest fight of the game is Goku Frieza, and he's fine there.
I guess that's fair. And this will give
And-
that'll give him an extra super attack. But then by then his intro also runs out, so he's not hitting as hard, but it's still fine.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know if yeah.
I just think it's
see.
the, I don't
look
think
at the
he
other
should be
two
the same
characters.
tier as Vegeta.
I
Yeah,
was like, I looked at the other chief characters, like,
yeah. There's
Chili.
no,
Move them
Yeah.
down, move everyone down a tier, and then have it where he's an S tier. Yeah, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
compromise on that. Yeah.
Okay,
That's a
I think
little
that's
better.
fair. I think that's fair. That is fair. I just think his restrictions like hurt him, even though he was super oppressive, especially in
The
release.
restrictions are definitely unfortunate. Yeah.
Yeah, his links
Having
is good too.
restrictions, I think having
Well,
restrictions on any
His links is
character
kind of a little weird. Like these three links don't really mesh well with the last four, but the last four are really good. So, yeah.
Yeah, but he shared Berserk with Broly.
Wait, scroll down.
But
Down. Yeah, look at that absolute gamer unit right there. Merge Zamasu, yes sir.
his DZA will come one day, right?
I mean, he doesn't need it. He's still great.
I mean, you could use him right now if you really wanted to, and like go
I
and like
beat,
Gogeta.
I beat
and
every bit of the
Janemba.
game with double Zamasu lead. Yeah.
All right, next. Why does it keep doing this?
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Okay, I think
F tier.
Z tier.
we're gonna do Z
Yeah.
tier. We're gonna do Z tier.
It's pretty obvious.
I think it's really his post domain, like that's really crazy. I do like that this guy introduces like dodge, and then he also actually has the safeguard mechanic, because this doesn't, he could still die through this, but in a lot of situations he will still live in situations where he would take a lot more damage than usual, right? Especially on the normals.
I have to ask, does he lose that damage reduction after the first hit and just has guard? Because I swear every time he gets hit twice, he just gets mollywopped on that
So
second hit.
what happens
Yeah,
is he
it's
has
so crazy.
50% reduction, and then he takes the attack, and then he loses 35% and gets
Oh,
guard.
that's why. Okay.
So it becomes 50% reduction, and then after it's 15% with guard. Is how it works.
Oh, that's why. Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, this guy's still 70% chance dodge, which is, you know, it's
The
fine.
On
dated
top of that,
mechanic.
I would be more critical of this unit, like transforming on turn 5, if it wasn't for the fact that AGO MUI exists and then just works in slot 1 on turn 1. You know, like, so you only have to really survive with this guy for.
I mean,
for
HLUI,
the
the second
freaking
best
fun.
in the game.
I do like the support that he can give here, though. It's pretty decent, right? This is not really
and
like,
then it just gets buffed on transformation 2 to 59%. Like, it's pretty good.
this isn't really like crazy, but I like this right here. And then again, it's a lot when he transforms. It's the same as tech as AGO Broly, so I feel like if you glaze this guy, you gotta also glaze AGO Broly low key, right? This guy obviously just better than AGO Broly for sure. Right? He also, his leader skill is really good right now, of course. But I mean, I think another thing, Daima Goku right now helps this guy out a lot. I think with this counter damage, like this guy with Diamond Goku on the team, and then you have like, okay, so the setup I ran was, in fact, I almost want to bring it up separately just to show you guys. Like there is a setup where he could actually damage Goku and Frieza with his counters before he even attacks, which is really funny. Is it this right here? I think so. Like, I'm just here to show y'all. So we have Glorio support up. We get Bulma support with her active skill up. We had Daima Goku double super last turn, and then he actually 6 million times 3, because it's obviously 3 times the value.
44 million.
That's-
Then he crits, and that's
Well, that's eight-
split
that's-
damn near 50.
It's 18 mil, but he's critting, so
Oh, well.
that you double that
Oh
into
yeah,
36
yeah.
mil.
I was thinking 8 times 3.
Yeah,
My
just-
bad.
This is not an unrealistic turn in Goku Frieza. Like to have Bulma's active by the end right there.
Yo, shout out Bulma, bro. Like one of the best.
Bulma's
aged
aged
units ever.
so good. You can so easily use her right now. I think that's something that people don't really like when they're running Diamond Goku's team. They don't like actually put. I haven't seen many people put Bulma on the team for some reason, even though she's like she could be. She's not a second Glorio for sure, obviously, but she could provide still quite a bit of support for that 2 turns.
So she's getting so much like defense from the Glorios and stuff. She's
That
just,
too. Look at the damage she's
Yeah.
doing. And then also Diamond Goku at the end right here. He ends up doing, I think, 37 mil. Let's see. Yeah. Diamond Goku would build up his.
Not even the second super, where you could get even more buffed.
Yeah. So
People also, one thing I don't see people mention a lot with this guy is that when he's in this domain, he's like a giga support himself as well.
yeah, because he does
Yeah.
give this right here. All allies 59% right
59%
there is
support
really
is
nice,
crazy.
right?
That the dodge.
He does also do
support and
this, which it's like what
Oh.
that's not the craziest thing, but it could be useful in certain situations. Like
Yo,
Hey.
when the new Broly event comes out, hell yeah.
it let my Daima Goku do damage or more damage against the 17 Frieza phase. was useful there, right? You know, it's not like like a completely useless mechanic, I guess. It's not something crazy. But no, yeah, no, this guy is very nasty. He's
Considering, yeah,
really, really good, man. Yeah.
considering this guy bad is like weird. It's just a weird.
I mean, he's
Oh,
easier for sure.
If
That's-
not only that, but if we get events in the future, like let's say that a new Broly red zone comes out, right, and it's like almost exactly identical to how it was before, where the later portions you literally just can't dodge, right? Well, Tech UI is going to be
You could attack
protecting you on turn
fully.
5.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not
Yeah.
only that, but making it where other people can dodge too, and giving the dodge
That's just
support as
huge.
well. Like,
it's just
so
so much what he's
crazy.
doing, right?
Yeah.
I
Those
do
are
think it's
ridiculous.
kind of crazy they found a way to release a pay-to-win mechanic in Dokkan, though. That's pretty funny to me.
Yeah.
All right, we have Jiren.
A tier.
I'm
S tier.
gonna
I
say
think A
S
tier as
tier.
well.
I think S tier.
Because his base
I think
sucks and
S
his full power sucks,
I
but his
feel like
standby is great.
I feel like I think that I like that his base has the attack staple. I think that's cool, especially in like a fight like Gogeta or Janemba. Like at the end, they don't attack that much. I feel like, or like there's slots in those fights where they don't attack like a lot in one slot, and then you could like action break one of these actions. Like Gogeta, he has a lot of like slots where he only has one attack there. I feel like in a lot of situations, so you could just disable this enemy like Gogeta's attack, and then this guy's just invincible for the rest of the fight. Goku Frieza, he has type advantage instantly, so it's like, okay, you're safe unless it's because this guy's like slot 7 and he gets locked by Tech 17. This guy's usually safe, and then he's just invincible for the rest of the fight. He could potentially provide support against Diamond Goku's team. You could run this guy on. Like if you're floating him around, he's providing 70% attack for 2 turns whilst being invincible. Full power Jiren is definitely let down. I think that him
should've been
losing
stronger.
his slot 1 ability sucks because
Yep.
he's only type protected by Goku Frieza. That's
This
the
is a whole
only
ass
thing.
Twitter clip unit, bro.
That's the whole thing. He's type protected by Goku Frieza. If Goku Frieza was type neutral, this guy would die in a lot of situations, I would argue.
I've had him die in slot
instead
1
of this,
to
he should have had
Janemba
guard.
before.
Instead of this, he should have had guard. I think that would obviously even just that 1 turn guard. Like and
I
give him
would
an
have been
extra
more
turn of
fine if he
invincibility.
got like that extra 111% attack and defense like on getting hit, you know? Like I don't know, he should have just
That
got
also be
more
useful.
before he attacked than after.
At least
he
give him
attacked,
an
you know?
additional, bro. Let him actually do
Actually,
good
one
damage.
addition would be cool too, because he gets this. Like it would almost just be better if this was just an additional super attack. I'd probably rather have that, and then the hidden potential would proc extra. Even though it would be like, she would go down from like what, like these 45 mil attacks. That's like even like a 35 mil. But like I would prefer to have the additional than the hidden potential proc more. But yeah, no,
Because like people are like gassing. It's like, oh my god, look at all the damage he does, and like that one big super attack is significantly less than like every other unit released this year after doing all theirs.
all their additionals, yeah. He does have the guaranteed crit, which is cool. But yeah,
and it's still less than.
I still think S tier. He's also not restricted, which I do like. You can throw him on any team you want. Whereas I think Cell Max is very much superior. Let's just say overall, the restrictions do hurt him. Whereas Jiren just base form is a little weaker than you would like, and then his transformation is not as good as you would like. So, in terms of the role that Jiren could provide with the standby, it feels like a very, I don't know, like disconnected almost. I don't know. I think they messed up a little. Again, if this guy even just give him guard, and then it's like he's invincible slot 1 and he just drops like that big attack. So I'd be okay with that. Why does it do that? All right, Roshi. I feel like Roshi is a solid B tier character.
No.
No,
I
You
honestly.
think A tier?
I think he's a
No.
D tier, bro.
I
That
was
unit
gonna say,
sucks.
Yeah.
he sucks, bro.
you don't
I
get-
am tired of the coat. This unit
Yeah.
is ass.
Okay.
Yeah, my thing is, you don't get much value out of him. Like outside of his team, where else are you really realistically
his
running
team
this
is
character? His
turtle
restrictions are. Yeah, but
The UI Gokus, Daima Goku, right? Super Saiyan. Well,
The
actually,
problem
you
is
can't
that
really
you
But
want
it's
to run
not
this guy with
just-
Peppy Gals. So
At
it's
that
like,
point, I just run a Goku.
yeah, he can make
league,
the he can make the Goku units look amazing, sure, but he's getting additional stuff for running Peppy Gals,
I mean,
right?
this
So
is-
it's just like I don't know.
This,
He's a
Look,
complete
this is
fish
a
out the
thing
Peppy
that
Gals
he-
buffs, bro.
Past turn 7 he sucks too.
and let's
I see
not
what you
act
guys
like
mean.
all.
He only
the
has
Peppy
what?
Gals
What's
are-
his reduction? 50%. I mean, as a floating
All I'm
support,
saying is Bulma better.
I really do like his active skill though. This active skill could be really crazy. Turn 5 is this.
This unit just sucks, man.
No,
Like he could have been
no,
good, but they
no,
decided
no.
to slap all these restrictions in them. bro.
I think B
It's
tier
ass.
is fine. Like
Now put him
he's
down
not,
with Frieza.
he's not
dude.
worse with. He's not like a Frieza.
His
level.
team sucks. He sucks. Put him down with
no,
Frieza.
no. I think you guys are hating. You're hating on him a little.
He
too
got
much.
buffed throughout the years.
I'm
so
not
he's better
saying.
than
I'm not
Frieza. I
saying.
think he's-
I'm not
I
saying
think
he's
fine where he is.
crazy. I think B tier is like just mediocre characters, right?
At least a side
that
bending unit was
shine
usable,
out-
so better than
They
Frieza.
could. They have their times to shine, but it's not a consistent thing. I think that's where it is, right? I just like this guy. At least he's with Goku's. Frieza is with like some.
Yeah, but if
certain
you're running with
Gokus.
Goku's, I'd rather just run a better leader skill with the Goku's.
Well, that
Deadass,
doesn't
I'd rather
just
just run
because
better.
you could run the best team doesn't invalidate the unit itself, or else there should only be a tier ranking of Z characters, right?
He doesn't link
Actually,
with
now
them or
that I
anything,
think about it, I think he goes in C just because he's a Twitter clip unit, just like Frieza.
No.
True.
Anyways,
He's not even a good Twitter clip. unit, bro.
I disagree. I disagree. I do not think he's C tier with Frieza.
I disagree to your disagree. Now what?
Well, too
Yeah,
bad.
exactly.
Look, okay. Comment section, let us know.
S tier for
Yeah,
SSH True.
S
They're
tier?
Z tier.
I think
Come
C
on,
tier.
let's not act like they're not Z tier characters.
S tier.
They have a better. They have a,
Janemba Super S tier.
they what?
They died a good.
Daida Janemba Super.
Well, the thing is that they're a
S tier.
support character, so I'm not like.
You know who else dies? Janemba Super? Beast Gohan.
I'll sneeze.
No, Beast Gohan doesn't die to Janemba Super.
I like their
Stop
leader
lying.
skill.
Yeah.
I do like the leader skill. That's something I want to point out.
Turn 1 fully buff Janemba. Beast gets fucking walloped into another dimension.
Like.
Why are you
this
putting him in
character.
slot 3?
I like this character quite a bit.
And sometimes I want to use my other units on the team, man.
True.
There's
real.
defensive support that they could provide us. Plus this right here.
I would like
I've-
for real though. Like if the main issue again is just the standbys, right? Like this unit came out, and then in the same celebration, another standby unit who had a better standby came out.
I mean, yeah,
so
but
it's like
if you set these guys up, they don't really die in slot 1 in majority of situations, except for Gogeta and Janemba. But if they're able to super attack first, I think Janemba would still kill them, but Gogeta doesn't actually end up killing them.
Yeah, they're only bad if your name starts with a D, ends with a T.
Yep, I agree. I think it's a C tier.
I do think
They're very
some people
influential.
overrate them a little bit, but I think overall, like the community agrees, they're at least top 10, and I feel like anywhere in the top 10 is fine
think
for
that's
them.
yeah, I guess it's true.
We don't even have to have a discussion with this guy.
Yeah, we don't.
No, my
Z
thing
tier.
about them. My thing.
We want to talk about them because we don't have to talk about Broly. Just-
My thing about
I
them
gotta go.
is that like they've got a better turn 1 than STR LR Gohan. And I think that's super valuable for a character like those guys, right?
Also, Mike left.
I don't know.
Mike left, by the way, so it'll just be S3. But yeah, no.
I gotta
mean,
go then.
what happened?
I was here for Mike. I gotta leave too.
Oh, bye. No,
I'm kidding.
no,
I'm kidding.
Broly. I mean, we don't have to talk about this guy, but
We don't. Like, if you think he's bad, you're just stupid.
He's
Like,
he's
that's-
definitively Z tier. He's just invincible. He doesn't die. He's supporting in his base form, and then
People are like, oh, his pass or whatever runs out, but if you're smart, you just hide the unit and float him off turn 1, and then you just get the passive for longer. You don't have to worry about dying in
Doesn't
slot
he run
1.
out?
I mean,
Are we being
he also
real?
does have an action disable. I like.
Yeah,
He
so
just-
like if you die with this unit, you just suck. You're just dumb.
He simply does not have issues, and then he can
Yeah.
get guaranteed crits on certain enemies. So that's cool too.
The only issue I have with him is that his damage could be better, but considering the defense he has, I'm fine with it.
I'm moving this guy Z tier. I know Iggy will disagree. I think potentially.
Why would I disagree?
Oh.
He's big damage, dude.
Okay, cool. Yay! No. This guy just turn 1 performance could be the only issue with this guy.
But after
But
that,
yeah,
he's fine.
I-
He just got a Giga buff of Gloria.
I don't really think we need to focus on the worldwide characters this much. I think a lot of people just know how good this guy is.
Yeah.
I guess if
Well, no, fuck this guy turn 1 though. Fucking Christ, dude, I hate him.
I mean,
hate him
even
so much.
turn 1, he could get a 50% chance to dodge. I think that's something that a lot of people forget. Like if he takes a lot of damage on the first normal, he gets the 50%
But
dodge.
no, because 50% chance to dodge is good-ish
I
sometimes.
mean, it's
but
still
you're
a way
like
for him
point
to
for-
survive.
Okay, but it's a 50%. You know what? I'm not going.
I'm not
Dude,
gonna say it's
dodge
crazy. It's just a way that he could.
Any dodge percent below 80% sucks in the story.
Mhm.
I still think it's a way that he could live. It's there. I'm not saying it's crazy. It's just there compared to the damage that he's also outputting. It's a nice thing to have in certain situations. I've been able to live because I dodge a super attack as it's activated. It's happened before, so.
But yeah, the unit is good outside of turn 1. I think that's
This-
about it.
Outside of turn
Yeah.
1, he's great. Fuck him turn 1 though. He has sold me so many times on that turn.
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about Broly. He was underrated, unreleased, and now people understand how good this guy is.
Yeah, mad underrated on release. It's
It's-
actually not so crazy.
It is funny because
Underrated.
I mean I think people forget he provides 40% defense for 4 turns.
I don't know,
100%
man. Y'all got Vector on your side.
This is 80% defense support with 2 Brothers. Like that, I think people forget about this. That he's doing that plus on top of his domain, and then he could also heal, right? With by grabbing the increase sphere, he actually does heal a little bit more, right? Where is that healing at? Yeah, 2% HP. Like that could be useful. He's not hitting hard, but it's like he's a slot 1 unkillable character in 99% of scenarios. Turn 5, he gets a revive.
Yep.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's uncontrollable power is his restriction for his domain. But like, this team has like so many good characters. Like, even like free to play Bio Brawler, super easy old character, easy old character. This guy you could even run on this team, right? All the Broly's, another easy old character that you could use. Fat Boo's good. This guy's good. I mean, he could get away with Rudigarn, I guess, sometimes, but uncontrollable power is EW category, so. Yep.
Uncontrollable
yep.
power, dude. I mean, oh man, he's just so good. I fucking love him.
Yep. Okay. For this Scouter Vegeta. Y'all think this is fair?
Scouter Vegeta. Oh, where Frieza is? I don't know, man, because you can at least get some more versatility out of Frieza than,
I think.
or I mean,
Vegeta's,
Vegeta than Frieza.
but I don't think I want to put him with like Roshi and Ultra
Why?
Gohan. I feel like this guy.
I mean,
well, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. Not terrible.
I would put him on the. I mean, I think he's
I hate this.
on that same tier, kind of.
I think that's fair. He does get what? It's a 40% dodge, and he has. It's a 48% reduction or 32% reduction. Yeah, 30 plus 18. Yeah, it's 48% reduction and 48% dodge. It's like, I don't know. He's just, yeah, it's just mediocre. Honestly, I think mediocre release fits. Yeah. Not much to say.
Yeah.
Rainbow Orb Changer, floating, decent reduction, decent dodge. But he's
Wait,
not
where do we
really
have
doing
this
crazy.
guy at?
Right here.
Yeah.
There's not much to
I
say
mean,
about him.
he's not like awful, but
He's like inoffensive.
yeah,
I
he's
think.
just kind of there.
He's just not really doing a lot.
He's exactly what he was, a filler Dokkan.
Yeah.
I think that if the Dynamic Saga team like kind of becomes really good, like if we get like a, Namagoku, full power Frieza, and all those EZAs and stuff like that, and the team actually becomes good, this guy will actually be a decent floater on the team as a Rainbow Orb Changer. Especially imagine like a turn with full power Frieza, and then this guy is like getting all the Ajoki spheres, and then full power Frieza grabs him and full heals you, and then like nukes. Like easy AHO full power Frieza, like if he's a slot one, that could be interesting. Who knows? Imagine he gets like 20% attack per orb, and then like he gets all the EGO orbs through full power Frieza, and then it's like this guy that he nukes. Like I could see something like that happening. There is HCR in the
Piccolo.
I actually
I
I don't know much
sucks.
about this character. I
Me
think
neither.
they're.
I don't know too much about him.
I can't even.
I got this unit off a single summon, and I not even awakened them.
That's so unfortunate.
Again, they are restricted to Planet Namek Saga or Namekians.
Yes, having that in your tag is like an instant like C tier.
It's just
Yeah.
sad. I would say C tier. Like
Like they
Well,
can be
okay.
good, but once again, it's like a Twitter clip unit.
Piccolo is really good. He's doing so much, dude. He can get if you use active skill when he's under 70% HP, he gets guaranteed dodge on that turn, and then he still has a high chance, recovers a lot of HP on a turn. He's supporting right here. He eventually will be able to have 70% defense support. He has how much reduction does he have? That's 70% reduction with the dodge chance, and he's stacking right here.
Yeah, stacking is kind of useless though.
I mean, with
Must be
the
rough.
reduction, I think that could be useful because he also does get this right. I almost want to do B mediocre, just because of this Piccolo, but I think that's definitely nice.
Piccolo, I don't know, man.
It's such a weird unit to rate because like Piccolo's
Yeah.
good, but then you have to deal with Piccolo links as well.
Yeah, and the link set like kind of weird because it changes a lot. I think it's fine though. Like it's, yeah, I think I'd put it in B. Slug.
Z.
Tier. I think Slug was an amazing release, right? And that's one thing. Like you can run the Gohan Piccolo on Slug's team, which is like kind of saving grace for them. The domain is really good. He's just doing so much for the team.
Yeah, the summer this unit is what the fuck does he not do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's doing so much. Key support, domain support, healing, decent damage.
It's easier to
I
name
think-
the stuff he doesn't do than
Yeah,
it is to name
the
everything
only
he
thing
does do.
exactly that I was literally gonna say the only thing I wish he had was built-in crit. Like
Yeah, that's literally it.
add medium chance to crit instead of this great chance to stun. Medium chance to crit on his super attack effect would have been perfect, but he doesn't even need it. He's doing so much already. He's
Yes,
amazing.
he-
Great link set. Like he's on a lot of these relevant like setups right now. He's so good. He's so good.
And people, he doesn't. It's crazy because he doesn't get much talk. It's so.
It's because
insane.
it's Lord
'cause
Slug,
it's
brother.
Slug.
I know it's Lord Slug, but like
I think it's another thing where it's like he's so good, no one hates him. But at the same time, it's also
Yeah.
Slug, so it's like either they don't care about him or like they're like he's good and that's it, right?
Because like he's really good, but he's not like Glorio level good, where he's like just absolutely busted best unit in the game, so
Outstanding, yeah.
everyone talks.
Even then, I feel like
Yeah.
like in like two like Anniversary's gonna hit, no one's gonna be talking about Glorio anymore, and then like Same Day's gonna come and it's like no one's gonna be talking about Glorio even though he's that good.
yeah, but people are still gonna be denial about him being #1 even after Anniversary. But
We'll
Yeah.
see, I guess. Who knows? I think they had Blue Goku here. Yeah, they did. Should have. I think A tier.
I think he's S tier, bro.
S tier.
I think he's really good. It's just no one really talks about him because he's a heroes unit.
I think he
Yeah.
is more set up than Transformer Vegeta. To be fair.
I think the only people that hate him are just shitty at team building, and that's literally it.
Also, a really good team, right?
Yeah, like he has like one of the best leaders in
This
the game.
this is one of the best leader skills in the game for sure. Yeah, like even like 30% of crossover doesn't matter because like this team is so good, anyways, right?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. An offensive character again,
Yeah,
more on the good side, right? I mean guard plus 40% reduction, and he's doing pretty nice damage, right? He has the bone crit, active skill could make him pretty tanky actually in a lot of situations. I think he's good. It's really the heroes team that holds him back. If the heroes team was actually like good, like I think people would be juicing this guy a lot more, but then they forgot that he has this too. So
Yeah, that's the issue with heroes units. Like people just only think of them on heroes, even when there's units like this that don't need the heroes units to be good.
yep. Buhanzi.
Yeah, obviously.
We're gonna to the point where like at the end of the year, these characters are all just so good, and like there's not really an argument. I could say that. Could you argue Buhan an S if you really hate his restriction? But I just like I wouldn't understand really. I don't think it's that bad. Great leader skill. He's supporting. Guarantee crits
we
for
can
crits
worry about the
returns, right?
restriction when it's actually an issue.
Yeah, exactly. And even then, in Goku Frieza, you don't have to worry about it because it's turn 6.
Yeah.
It provides so much support. 30% to these Majin Buu Saga characters is insane. And then S tier Kid Buu might use Asin, so it's like almost guaranteed to happen. So that's gonna be good. But I mean, this guy is he the tankiest Slot 1 character in the game besides Jiren? I think
Yeah.
I think so, right? I've seen this guy take double digits from like Goku Frieza super attack. He took like 100k ish damage from their under 50% super for me. It's super easy to set up his key spheres. He's just doing so much. In the Gogeta fight, this guy demolishes. Janemba fight, he demolishes. Like he doesn't have an open spot unless you don't build his team correctly. And That's
You
really
literally just put him on, even without his like standby too, though. Like he is so.
good. Yeah, you could just you could throw him on uncontrollable
Yeah.
power, and he's a 50% support.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
yeah, I think the only thing is he has the Tech Vegeta mechanic here, but on the Majin Buu Saga team, there's a lot of healing going on.
Yeah.
And in Broly team, there's also a lot of healing going on. I feel like this is less of an issue on his teams than like the Transformer Vegeta on his teams. And yeah, that's really it. I do.
I mean, the
wish-
thing we didn't talk about at all is that he juices up Janemba. I mean,
he also
that's
does
his
use
biggest
Janemba,
feat.
Yeah, really major W. We love this mod to be Ultimate Gohan. Great link set too. Just great release.
Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan, huh?
Yeah, Gohan.
Yeah, I know.
That's his name.
Just never heard it. I know, man. I
Shut
know.
up.
I know.
Okay, Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks.
I mean,
Great
it's-
unit.
it's not
He's
a Z
probably
tier.
Z tier.
But I mean,
Yeah.
he's Z tier.
yeah, at this point,
Oh, you can just put Glory on the tier of his own, to be honest.
to be honest, yeah.
Like, people don't want to hear it, but it's just the truth. Like, I'm sorry to tell you. Like, I don't know why there's people pushing
color
back on
should I
this,
make
but like the
this?
same
Yeah.
people were jerking off Bulma when she released, and he's just Bulma but better.
Mhm.
Like,
L'Oreal tier. I mean, yeah. I Super Saiyan 3 Go Tanks. We'll talk about it first.
I mean, if you want proof of how good this unit is, he's one of like 3 units that can actually survive the Kid Buu fight on like max stuff, and that's where
Yep.
the game is going. I'm sorry to tell y'all, but
I mean, eventually
like,
the game
oh,
will go that way. Yes.
yeah, like I'm sorry to tell y'all, but he's surviving that now. He's going to survive it when it does get to that point too. So
Yep. That just like, it's really good to actually get that event right now. Being fair, he has type advantage and he could debuff that phase. But still, he does better than most characters.
Yeah.
Even if it was type neutral, I think it would still be fine. Gotenks is good. I feel like this is again it's 50% chance, and if he doesn't get this, he will die for sure. But if
we
you
like gambling.
we do like gambling, he does so much damage too. And again, if we get
Yeah,
more
he's
Ki Blast,
crazy.
yeah, if we get more Ki Blast super attacks, he can get this, and this guarantee counter will be super.
This
useful.
unit's an example why I just want the fusion units turn 1, because he just comes out, here's a 30 million, 20 million, 50 trillion, zillion million, and also just like a defensive god, bro. Like, I'm so tired of transforming units. I want this. This is what I
It just
want.
like turn 1 instantly. He just no restrictions. He's doing what he's doing. Like the only restriction is Final Trump
And you
card.
get
but
to play as Go Tanks turn 1, bro. It's
And
so
for some
fun.
reason, he's just also Rainbow Orb changing. Like,
Yeah.
that's, people forget he just has that too. I think I was like, okay, well, he's also orb changing, and he's very nasty. I don't think we have to talk much about him.
Yeah,
I think
he's just
Diamond Goku's
good.
a little underrated. I think
Very underrated, in fact.
And
Like,
he's-
I feel like
he's-
people would
he's-
put Diamond Goku in S tier almost, but he's up here. I think his value overall, like his leadership skill is not great right now, but we could eventually get more transformation boost. Imagine the 10th anniversary Super Vegeta and Super Gogeta transform in their intro. Bam. Put him on there too, right?
The thing with him is he's like an exceptional unit. He's just like very frustrating to run sometimes, but he's still like just
I think this
uber good.
This should have been slightly easier to get. This should have been 5th turn in battle.
yeah.
I think.
It's
Um,
6
What,
turns
what,
from the
starting
characters
from the
if you
turn?
do.
I don't know though, because
Dumb.
getting the dodges is not hard with him at all. There's always
It's just situational. I feel like in Goku and
how
not Goku.
situational are we talking? Because
Well,
with
Gogeta
that-
and Janemba, you're like not seeing that, and then, well, I think sometimes in Janemba, like at the very end, and then Goku Frieza, it's just like at least in all my times playing, it's very rare to have like 5 attacks there, and then like he's able to dodge all those attacks because after turn 1, they're never gonna attack 5 times in a spot. That just doesn't happen. Then against 17, he could lock you out of a spot, and then against the Frieza in 17, it's like you could get that off, but then by the next turn, because it is the next turn after you get 5 dodges, it's like it's already turn 6 anyways. So maybe this could have been a little easier too, but
I don't know, man. I don't know
because maybe
throw
it should have been evading or receiving. I think is another thing. Because there's situations where I get cucked out of it because he doesn't dodge 1 attack, and then I have to wait till the next turn to dodge, and then it is again the turn after where he gets it.
Mm.
That's why it's an issue.
Yeah, he's a good unit. He's just very weird. Also, he's just You just
I
look
just
at
think-
Gloria with his 3-turn support, and I kind of wish this guy had it too, because then I wouldn't have to run him in rotation. I actually have like
Well,
more fun rotations.
I feel like
'Cause
the
you
thing
want
about
to
this
fully
guy-
juice him, you have to keep one of both rotations.
I think he wants to. He gets us at 200%. I think this should be with each attack he does, rather than with dodging. Like, and then you put him in slot 2, and he gets almost fully built up by turn 2 with his attack. Because again, I feel like it's situational. A lot of times, I actually like running this guy in slot 2 because of this support here. I think I see this guy as like a slot 2 character that you could run in slot 1 early on in fights, especially because of the 90% dodge and the 20% reduction. And it's like he has no restrictions too, which is really cool. Like in terms of like teams and stuff like that. Great link set.
I mean, he really is just a better AGL Super Saiyan 3
Yeah.
Goku.
When people glaze that character, so
Yeah.
Glorio's Glorio. Like
Hey, we don't even have to talk about him. Like, this
what does he
Yeah.
not do? What does he not do? Like create build.
He does with slot 1. Who cares?
He doesn't have
He
build.
makes your slot 1 stronger.
He doesn't have a freaking domain, so really he's shit. Actually,
I guess he doesn't have build and crit, but like build him full crit if you get dupes, right? I actually, you know what's funny? I pulled Glorio like literally like an hour before this recording, which is really funny.
Dude, I pulled him. Was at Texas Roadhouse, bro, and I was
funny.
like, I'm gigapogged in line, dude.
I mean, he's stacking, he's supporting, he's dodge, 80% dodge, doing like
Rotation is
supers.
permanent.
Again,
I mean, my rotation.
we had-
the support is permanent.
we talked about earlier about the issue with Rosé. It's like this guy's like Rosé with his issues fixed almost, like, but then like 3 times better.
Yes. It's not even. It's not like it's
It
like
is funny.
not even. Fucking
They have the
close.
same
He's-
design philosophy, but Glorio is just actually like
Yeah.
I would argue he's
Wario
like
is
5 times
Bulma and
better.
Rosé had a baby.
Yeah.
dude, that's what he is.
And then still like injected with like the super soldier serum or something. Like
yeah, he got the muted injection of zombies, bro.
yeah. That's it though. So yeah, I think this is it. I mean, this is fair. I don't like maybe you can move like some of these characters.
People
Let me
gonna talk
see.
about the Z tier being full, but this year's just been really good for Elise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this year's been insane.
Imagine like 2023 doing this. 2023 would be really funny. Hopefully 2025.
2023, you'd be like,
Okay. I am looking at it though a little bit, to be honest. I think Frieza's probably a bit too high. I mean, over Rosé, I think I like Rosé a lot more.
No,
Even
I
after
would use
really,
Frieza
right?
any day over Rosé right now.
I don't know, man.
On
Well, right
Slug's
now,
team, on
maybe?
Slug's
I
team
don't
for
know,
sure.
dude. I don't
Like
know.
Frieza and Slug's team versus Roseanne, like super bosses. Come on, man. Come on.
I guess
Stop right now.
weren't we talking about on release?
Well, on release and right now, we're kind of
Well,
mixing
that's
together.
weird.
And
What the fuck
even
is that? How do you do that?
well, we just kind of just take in both, and then like how are they on release, and then how are they now, and then just your general feeling of them. I mean, the thing about Rosé is even on release, like if we consider his global release, it's like he was carried by like the very easy content, and then his JP release, it was bad. He had to get a buff, and then he got some help, but then worldwide content came out and he instantly like fell flat again. So even like the Goku Frieza fight, like you're not running this super bosses in there with this guy like that. Like you're running Broly, and the thing is that double Broly was always a better team just because of just what Broly was able to do. I mean,
I still think Frieza's too high. I still think he's too high.
no.
Who's too high?
I mean,
Frieza.
he's C
Oh, yeah.
tier. Who cares, dude? That's whatever. He's under most of the characters.
I feel like you
besides
can
Sim.
move Frieza down with Ginyu and then move Roshi down.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, you guys are
Roshi and
haters.
Piccolo, Gohan. You can just move those two down.
We're gonna out of here. If you guys agree with that, let them know in the comments. But how long is this video? Let me take a look here. We are an hour and 23 minutes. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, Pog.
Pog. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you watched to the end, if you did, you're kind of insane, but whatever. I'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.
Bye.